Yeah, really, really proud of the first 10, 11 games, right? I guess 10 games that we played. When you return from a season like we had last year, the question is, can you do it again? And we don't know if we can do it again, but we're off to a good start. And the performance levels, starting with our scrimmage against USC, really high. The depth in the squad is excellent. And so, yeah, we're really proud of just the performances. Now, I don't know if there's any performance that we're really like, that wasn't our greatest game, other than the UCLA game, but that partly came down to the quality of the opposition, but it's also coming on the back end of some of our injuries. And but to only have lost once in 10 matches is a pretty good beginning to any season. So really proud of the performance and the consistency of the performance levels. But now that we're on our way into conference, and we've lost a couple of key pieces to the puzzle, we have to reinvent ourselves a little bit, and then we got to get back at it. So we're excited about that. I guess specifically when you lose a sixth-year center back captain in Kelsey Hill, who's amazing, by the way, it takes a special player to step in, and Taylor Bloom has done a phenomenal job of doing that, for sure. I've said to someone yesterday, she's obviously a very, very big part of what we're doing right now, but has a really bright future. She's humble, she's hardworking, she's talented, and she's going to gain wisdom along the way. I think the thing you can't replace is what Kelsey Hill's 5 years of being a collegiate athlete has brought into her mind. And so little nuances of the position, but Taylor and Trinity and Cam and Vic have formed a really, really nice back row. And they're going to learn along the way, but we really like what they're doing. And then, in midfield, Kyra being a very talented freshman. When she went down against Arizona, we didn't even think it was that big of a deal, but she's like, my knee feels funny. But it turns out that, yeah, she's going to spend some time, on the sideline. And Tabitha Laparle is, really, you just can't replace those type of players because of their skill level, and the way they play the game is very dynamic, very positive, very direct. And so, having said that, it gives opportunities for others to step in. And we have a ton of depth on the team, but different people play the game different ways. So, yeah, we've got some surprises up our sleeves in terms of maybe tactically how we approach matches going forward. But WCC play is never easy, and it's an awesome conference for a reason. So we're excited about the challenges ahead, and we're going to take it as we have before, one game at a time. Like I said, we've navigated our non-conference schedule almost as well as we could. Even in the games we tied, you mentioned it, we thought we were the better teams on the day against Cal and LSU. They're good teams, but we, just from a statistical standpoint, we really dominated those matches and weren't able to win. But I think a couple things that we can look forward to in conference, and I think are going to be different this year, is that the NCAA opted out for a golden goal in overtime. And so I think that's going to play a significant part in who ultimately wins the WCC this year. You look at teams like Pacific or Portland or LMU, teams are fully capable of sitting in and not conceding and not losing. We have to have that. Our defense has been excellent. Obviously, you can't win. They say defense wins championships. If you don't get scored on, you can't lose a soccer game. But we don't, as much as that's a priority for our defensive unit, we want to go and entertain and score goals and attack. And we feel over the last few years we've been pretty good at that. I also, to give props to BYU and Santa Clara, I think in order to reach the penultimate kind of peaks that we're pursuing, that we're trying to summit, you've got to be an attack-minded team. You've got to be able to score goals. And so there's that fine balance between playing great defense and then going at teams and trying to get at their jugular early. Early goals change soccer games, and that's critical for us. So the WCC, everybody in our conference is good enough to beat each other this year. I said it before the season began, and I'll say it again. I can't think of a time when there's been more parity in our conference than right now. It's been a long, long time since I've said that, but I think everybody's pretty good. I have a ton of respect for every coaching staff out there. They're all the men and women are doing really nice jobs with their programs, and I think it's going to make for a really exciting WCC campaign.